Not gonna lie, slightly terrified for this video. Like, I had to make a coffee to prepare myself because one, I can't drink during this. I'm doing 75 hard, so I mean there's that. And another, I don't know if I'm gonna put this on the internet yet. Well, we shall see. Who knows how much tea I'm gonna expose. It's not even tea, it's literally about myself. It's a good iced latte today. Anywho, it was Royal Mail, but that's like so weird because usually they just leave it in the parcel room. So I was a little naughty Nancy. Oh, that's what am I even on about? Anyways, I asked you on Instagram to send me anonymous messages, not even anonymous messages, like anonymous questions and stuff, because I feel like when you ask questions on Instagram, everyone's kind of like what's your favorite color, like what's your favorite mascara? And I mean, that's fine and dandy, but like I want some juicy questions, so like it's interesting, you know. I think a lot of people want to watch a video where I'm like, yeah, I have a dog, I have 2 cats, and you know, I made it anonymous so you could go all in, which is kind of scary. Don't get me wrong, I thought I was going to receive loads of like mean messages being like, you're ugly, go die. I didn't, which was fantastic. I mean, thanks. Intrigued of what that Royal Mail package is now though, because usually they just leave it in the parcel room. Wow, it's so attractive. Question number 1, do you know what, let's just go straight in the deep end. When did you lose your virginity? I can't believe you would even ask that question because I am the Virgin Mary. What do you even mean? Like, kind of rude, kind of disrespectful that you would even assume. But on all serious notes, I was 17. I feel like that's a decent age. I don't really know. I don't really care when you're losing it, when you're doing it. You want to do it, you want to do it, you know. If you don't, you don't. And that's all there is to it. I remember in high school though, like there was a lot of stigma being like I used to feel embarrassed in high school because obviously like I was the Virgin Mary. Everyone else had lost it. Well, I mean, not everyone. I always say this, like there definitely was like more people who, I mean, maybe they had some dark horses, you never know. I just felt so embarrassed in high school though when people were talking about it, and I was just there like looking back now, I'm like, it literally is not deep whatsoever. Like it does not matter. I feel like when you're younger it does kind of matter in the moment, and kids can be mean, kids can be bitchy. Worst thing that you regret? Not gonna lie, if you had asked me this like 2 years ago maybe, I know what my answer would be, and it is literally something stupid, like literally not, it's something now that I don't even think about. But I used to be a very like over apologetic person, and like there was times in my life where I just didn't need to apologize for things, and I was always like, I'm so sorry, like please can I be a friend? And now I'm like, literally leave my life. No, I'm not, but I mean, I feel like I've gotten to the point in my life now where I'm kind of just chilling. Like if we're friends, we're friends. If we're not, bye. Like I don't have time for that. Also, I never say what I'm using ever, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury SPF 50 primer. Why is my skin just like a glazed donut? What is a donut? Donut was the right word. And now I don't really regret anything. I feel like everything that happens in your life, as spiritual as this sounds, leads you to the point where you are now. And I know for a fact that if I regretted stuff that I'd done or whatever, I would not be sat here in my own apartment right now. Like, I can guarantee. It's also, if I'd stayed friends with certain people as well, I would not be sat here right now. And like, it's nothing against those people, but it's just like different paths of life and stuff, and that's not me saying like, oh man, I'm so much better than you. Like, it's just people want different outcomes of life, and yeah, and I feel like your friends and like your surroundings really impact where you end up in life, if that makes any sense. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like, yeah, I've said, yeah, that. Last IG search, it will probably be someone from Love Island. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm obsessed with checking how many followers they all have. That is like the most saddest thing I've ever heard come out of my mouth, but it is very much true and very much the facts of life. I was actually Hailey Bieber because I was doing a strawberry skin makeup look, so I was getting the picture of her up. But before that was Whitney Simmons, because I fucking love her TikToks. Then before that was Whitney from Love Island, and then before that was Ella from Love Island, and then before that was Scott from Love Island, and before that was Abby from Love Island. You get my point. Like, I'm a bit of a freak, do you know what I mean? And my search history on Instagram is, it's, oh no, that was a close one. Oh my god, that skin tint nearly went everywhere. Such an idiot. Alright, it did go everywhere. Great. Well, now my road is ruined. What do you hate about being friends with influencers? Everything. They're all rude. Like, honestly, we're not even friends. Everyone is fake. Is that what you want to hear? No, but on a serious note, I'd say, like, the thing is, like, I'm friends with a lot of influencers, but more so on the fact of just, like, we have a lot in common. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like you make friends at work, so it would be stupid for you not to be friends with people in this industry. I hate that word, because, like, it would be silly not to become friends with people. Like, it just makes sense. Like, you have this thing in common, you know? And, like, going to events and stuff, like, it just happens naturally. And don't get me wrong, like, I've met some people and I'm not friends with them. Like, I'm not automatically friends with someone just because they do the same thing as me. That sounded kind of bitchy. No, but, like, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't say there's anything I hate. In fact, I love it, because I feel like they get this, you know what I mean? And, like, obviously when I went on the girls' holiday, obviously we all do this, so, like, everyone understood that we wanted to film, we wanted to take pictures and stuff like that. And I feel like there's nothing worse than, like, when you're kind of made to feel like you shouldn't be doing something, if that makes sense. Like, say if you went on holiday and you was like, oh, can you take a picture of me? And someone was like, absolutely not. Like, what do you mean take a picture of you? Like, I feel like it's a nice thing that, like, you're friends with people from work. That's just kind of what it is. I wouldn't say there's anything that I hate, and I feel like the people that I am friends with who do this are very much, like, similar to me, and, like, just down to earth, and, like, you wouldn't think anyone differently, if that makes sense. Like, they are just completely normal. I mean, obviously they're normal people, but I know what I'm trying to say. I can never say things correctly, so I'm just gonna shut up. Influencers that you've met that are different in person. I feel like everyone that I've met, I'm trying to think now, that everyone that I've met has kind of just been, they've been different, but in a good way. Like, I feel like on social media, I probably do it as well. Like, I'm very dramatic, but I'm a very dramatic person anyway, and I feel like that is kind of like a front almost, until, like, you actually get to know me, and I am, like, a pretty chilled person. On social media, I can be a bit dramatic and stuff like that, but I feel like that's just more of, like, not even, like, fake. It's just, like, that's who you are on social media. And to be fair, like, I am pretty much the same in person. Like, if you get to know me, if we're best friends, like, with my boyfriend, I'm completely the same. Like, I'm talking Australian to it. I don't even know where I was going with that, but I feel like people can be more chilled out in person, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I feel like I've not met anyone who's, like, different in person. There's one thing, but I'm not really going to go into too much detail because it will probably be a bit obvious, and it's no one, I don't think, to be fair, I don't even think you would know who it is. I feel like some people, not all, and no one that I'm friends with, obviously, because, but I feel like some people can let things go to their head, and when, like, they don't know you or something like that, it's kind of like that they think they're better than you then, because they don't know who you are, or, like, they just treat you weird. And, like, that has been a kind of thing, whether it's on a brand trip or whether it's at an event. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but yeah, I don't even think you would know who the person is, to be honest, if it was just, like, a one-off day. The thing is as well, like, I probably come across like a bitch to some people because I'm nervous and anxious, you know what I mean? But it's generally just me being nervous and anxious and not being like a bitch, but I probably sound like this. Ever gone skinny dipping? Wouldn't you like to know? I'm kidding, I've not. Have I? No. Why did I even question myself? I've not. That is something that I've never done, actually, skinny dipping. I've never even gotten, like, a swimming pool or, like, a hot tub with no clothes on. It's just not something that I've done. But who knows? Who knows what the future will entail? I feel like I just don't have the balls or the facilities for that, because I am insecure about my body. My boobs have shrunk, my ass has just, it's not giving, so that would probably be a hard pass for me if someone asked me to do that. I've done drugs. I mean, where do I even begin? What haven't I done at this point? Like, everything, name it and I will have done it. I have not. I'm a good girl. If you want to do it, you do it, but if you don't. Like, I feel like sometimes there is so much pressure, especially when you're younger. I remember sometimes people are like, oh my god, you haven't done this, and I was like, no. Like, I feel like sometimes it's more common for people to have done it than not done it. which is, it's a crazy world we live in. It's a crazy world. Is your relationship better since having your own apartment? I mean, Miss Girl, I said make them juicy, but I mean, you can ask Barney that one. I mean, I will leave that answer up to your imaginations. Moving on. Worst experience with a brand deal, or like a brand in general. I feel like there's not really a brand that sticks out, but there have been some that have been, actually no, there is one brand that sticks out. Not going to say who, but to be fair, I'm not really bothered about working with them because they annoyed me so much. Basically, I'll give you a little inside scoop. When you see an ad, like say I post an ad on my TikTok, usually you only like shoot it once and it gets approved or whatever. Sometimes you might have to crop things out that the brand doesn't want in the video. And then sometimes they're like, no, we want a full reshoot, which is completely fine. And that's what usually happens. This brand, I think, how many times did I shoot this video? 3? I think 3, maybe 4. I don't really know. Like it was a lot. They had to then actually pay for another reshoot because they were just taking the absolute pickle. And the thing is as well, they weren't even paying good. Like it wasn't even good. But I did it because I liked the brand. Like I wasn't bothered, I just wanted to work with them. And I feel like sometimes like that can just be a big kick in the teeth sometimes, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was just back and forth. I think it went on for like 2 months or something, and it was just it was draining. It was crazy. And sometimes brands just don't listen to you, and I just hate being like an addy person. Does that make sense? Like I don't want to sit there and be like, this is a powder, I love it because it blurs my skin, oh my god, go buy this powder, link in my bio, type of thing, you know, and just being like, it contains all these ingredients and listing them A to Z. Like that's not me. Like some brands are so good and there is no brief. Like they're just like, here's the product, don't mention anyone else, film the video, do whatever you want. And like that is like the best brands to work with because they know that you know what your audience wants to see. So brands like that are really cool to work with, but some just aren't with the times yet and they need to, you know, get with the program. I've got 2 questions. How much money do you earn? And you earn over £10,000 a month. I actually hate talking about money. Like it's not something that I really talk about. Like I don't talk about it to my mom, I don't talk about it to my boyfriend. I kind of keep it to myself now. I feel like when I first started, and obviously I was like getting like working with these brands and stuff, I was like, oh my god, like this is so cool. But now I feel like, because it is quite like it's not even quite, it is a privileged position and a privileged job to have. I just don't like talking about it because I feel it makes me feel uncomfortable. Some of the things, like some of the money is crazy, and it's like, what the actual frick for like filming a video, you know what I mean? So for me, I don't really like talking about it, even to people that I know, you know. But yeah, I will neither confirm or deny. Moving on. Did you ever think your boyfriend was cheating? You didn't hold back, did you? Last week you cheated on me with this freaking bitch. No, on a serious note, I've never thought Barney has cheated on me, is going to cheat on me. Like I genuinely don't. I feel like when you trust someone, like we trust each other so much. The thing is with me, like what I think now, I mean I never used to think about this, but what I think now, like if someone's gonna cheat on you, they're gonna do it no matter what. Like you can't prevent being cheated on. Like you can't. Like if that person is gonna do it, they're gonna do it. So I mean, you just kind of have to not wait for it, obviously. Like don't be like, oh my god, thinking that they're gonna cheat. Like you need to trust someone, but like if they do, they do, and you can either choose to then end the relationship or carry on. It's like looking through someone's phone, like trying to look for something as well. Like I know if you do find them cheating, like what are you gonna do then? If you're not gonna end the relationship, you've then just upset and hurt yourself. So like what was the purpose of looking? Does that make any sense? I mean that wasn't even the question, but yeah, I feel like if someone's gonna cheat, they're gonna do it, and then you're gonna find out, unless they keep it really hush hush. But I feel like you can tell people have guilty consciences and it comes out and it will come to bite them on the ass. So karma is a bitch. Last time you cried? I genuinely don't know the last time that I cried, not gonna lie. No, sorry, I do. I was on my couch, I think like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I just cried for no reason, but I was actually during my period. But other than that, I genuinely, oh no, when I was on the girls' holiday in Palma and I had a migraine and I cried all day. That's probably the last time I cried. But then before that, I don't know. Ooh, that is a lot darker than I thought. Oopsies. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty content with life at the minute. And I'm in a very happy, fortunate position. Like, I'm literally like, this is what I've dreamed of doing so many years now. Like, living on my own, like moving out, being able to do this and stuff. So I feel like right now I'm just kind of in my prime, not even prime, like what am I trying to say? I'm just feeling very good, and there's like there's nothing for me to be upset about, there's nothing for me to be stressed about. Like, I'm kind of just, I'm feeling good, I'm doing good. Well, no, actually, I will tell you when I last cried. It was actually at Barney's. Barney made me cry. No, on a serious note, basically when I was at Barney's on Saturday, whoa, this looks really dark, and I caught my toenail and it was already hanging off, like my actual toenail, like not gel polish, my actual toenail, and I caught it and it just completely ripped off, and that's probably the last time I cried. So yeah, me in the beginning of this being like, I don't remember the last time I cried. No, it was that. Most insane thing you've ever experienced? You don't know. See, the thing is with me, I have a good memory, but then like I also feel like I don't have a good memory because I've experienced a lot of insane things, but I genuinely could not tell you what it could be. I genuinely cannot think of anything that's insane that's happened to me. Why am I like actually stupid? I feel really thick right now. Bound to be stuff, but I just can't think. Hope you all enjoyed this video. That was also kind of like my makeup routine-ish as well. I don't really know. I didn't really tell you anything I use except the primer, but I mean, hope you enjoy. Good night. Not even good night. It's literally not night. Okay, love you.